Many of my clients are entrepreneurs, and there are 5 very common mistakes that I see. When we have an idea and we're passionate about it, it can be hard to have an objective stance on what the reality of that idea is and whether it's a feasible business. And the first mistake that we make as entrepreneurs is just asking our friends and family about it. Hey, do you think this hairbrush idea that folds up and goes in my shoe is a good idea? Your mom's gonna say yes. Your best friend's gonna say yes, but that's not market research. Another is asking the wrong questions. Say you do find the right people to ask, you're asking real potential clients, and you say, would you buy this? It's very easy to say yes, and usually they will say yes. It's the wrong question. You need to ask about their pain in that area. You need to get deeper than, would you buy my product? Because the answer is gonna be yes, because there's no commitment to buy when they're just giving you that answer. And giving the yes answer is so much easier than telling someone no. It's hard to tell someone no, and there's nothing on the line for them to tell you no. Another problem is staying in your comfort zone. So staying, with friends and family, staying around your workplace where you know people, hanging in the same circles, hanging in the same, gym or restaurant where you always go. You're comfortable there, you know the people there, and you might tell yourself you're pushing the limits, but you're really not. You're staying where you're comfortable. So getting outside of that, say you want to start a gym, going to the expos, going to other gyms that you've never been to, calling up the CEO of this big gym down the street and saying, hey, would you mind meeting with me? I'd love to talk to you about whatever it may be. So doing things, if you don't feel uncomfortable with some of the meetings you're making, you're not doing it right. You've got to get uncomfortable. Another thing is fear of sharing the idea. And while there's some validity there, you've got to start talking to people about it. And if you feel like, oh, it's such a great idea and I'm afraid if I talk about it, people are gonna steal it from me. They're not. Starting a business is really hard, and it takes a lot of money, and it takes passion and time. And just telling someone your idea doesn't give them all of that drive that they're gonna need to go ahead and build that company themselves. The one place where I would say this isn't true is don't go talk to venture capitalists about your idea unless you actually want money from them, and make sure they are signing an NDA. And the last thing would be miscalculating expenses. That's a really, really big one. We think about it and it's, I'm not gonna have an office, I'm only gonna have a phone line and maybe a website, so my expenses are $200 for a startup. No, you've got to incorporate, you might need insurance, you might need bookkeeping, you might need an assistant. There are so many other costs that they get glossed over in the excitement about starting this business. So really getting real about what your expenses are, and talk to other business owners, because they know and they will tell you all the little hidden, things that are in their budget that you just don't think about. So those are some 5 common mistakes that entrepreneurs often make.